So I want to do this video because this question has always been coming up over and over and over. So it's about 508, Peugeot 508. Mostly I'm going to focus more on Peugeot 508, but remember that also you can in fact, let me just say, it also refers to 308 and the rest of the Peugeot cars with that engine that I'm going to talk about. Yes, I would recommend you buy W2508. I'm talking about the ones produced from 2010 to I think 2016 or 2017. I think the W2 ended around 2016, 2017. Yeah, I would recommend you buy. However, if you're in Nigeria and you are buying, for example, a Nigerian use, understand that you are likely going to spend quite a number of money to fix the vehicle, get it to a good condition to some extent, a large extent, because I realize most ones you come across here, issues, and issues, mostly on the engines. In fact, if it cuts across Nigeria use, even Tokumbo, the ones directly imported have not been used in Nigeria. Most users here, they do all kinds of useless modification on these engines in these vehicles. I'm talking about EPC's engine, like the VTI and the turbocharged ones. So be very careful when you are buying. The most issues usually come up when you buy the wrong one. It's usually the purchase. That's where you get into trouble. Even the ones that are still okay, you might have one or few things to fix, but most of them you find both Tokumbo and Nigeria use, they've done all kinds of mess on these engines. Now I'm talking about mess like some of them, the engine block, the ones that will be THP engine, the turbocharged one, they will remove they will go and, I don't know how to put it, they will use a VTI engine one, the non-turbocharged engine block, and put turbocharged cylinder head on those non-turbocharged engine block to mount it on a 508, 308 or whatever that have supposed to run with turbocharged engines, and still attach turbocharger on them, expecting that the crankshaft, the coil rod, and the pistons and everything will work well with turbocharged engine, knowing that the non-turbocharged engine components, that's in other words, the first induction engine components, especially the bottom end, are usually different from that of non-turbocharged or non-forced induction engines. You don't expect pistons and the coil rod of the turbocharged engines to be able to handle the non-turbocharged one, handle that of the turbocharged ones. They usually built differently, to be able to handle that kind of pressure introduced by the turbocharger. So they do it a lot here in Nigeria. People do all kind of, mostly the users don't know, but mechanics, they will collect money and go and buy the wrong one, do all those kind of combinations. Now the worst of themselves is the electrical as well. You see most of them, especially even the Tokumbos, they start putting all kinds of ECU, the wrong ECUs for these engines, and they'll be wrecking these vehicles up and down. I'm talking about the engines. They will, even the turbocharged engine, they will go and put non-turbocharged ECU on them. The non-turbocharged engines, they'll go and put the turbocharged. They just, I don't understand. They don't even know how to identify which one is turbocharged, which one is not turbocharged. ECU that are meant for various EPCs engine. They will take the ECU that are meant for probably the THP 163 and put in THP 140 or put in THP 153. They will take the one for a different Peugeot model, maybe 3008, and put it in 308 or 508. I mean, with the BSI, they do all kinds of shit, and eventually users will suffer this. Like I said, most times even users, it happens even before they make the purchase of the car, because the car has started and running. So everybody assumes, the users assume everything is okay until you get into the problem. Same thing happened to somebody. The same thing, I know the person wanted to buy the car I knew what they did on that kind of combination. I even told the seller, let me handle this, give me time, pay. I will charge you. I will get the correct ECU, BSI, everything, and put, so that this THP engine will not have issue with this particular model of Peugeot car or that very vehicle. The person thought, why would he pay that amount? He went and got nonsense and put in the vehicle, and now the car has been dealing with the owner for months, not days. I chose not keep quiet, because even the owner, before I made the purchase, he came to me and I told the person, pay this pre-purchase inspection and I'll tell you everything about this car, so that if you want to go ahead and buy the car, at least you know this is what you need to do to fix this problem. But he chose to do otherwise, you know. He's the wise one. Now, who is laughing last now? You know, so I always tell people, be very careful. It usually comes out in the time of purchase. You know, so all kinds of things. I mean, now it's people are starting, even most of these 308, you see most of them have this TU5 JP4 engine, the one common engine you find in 406, 307. Yeah, there are a few of them that actually were produced with that engine from new. The majority that you see on Nigerian road now were actually produced with THP engine. I'm talking about 308, THP T7 308, produced with 307 engine. No, I'm talking about 307. They are produced with THP engines and VTI engine, that's EP6 engine generally. But people started doing all this conversion from this to that, from THP to PHP to VTI, from VTI to TU5, you know, do all kinds of things, and then the owners at some point, sometimes it's possible some of them the conversion will done properly, but it's just that the ones I've come across that they swapped in, or they converted from THP to VTI 120, or from THP to TU5 JP4, or VTI to TU, you know, all kinds of things. All the ones I've come across so far were not properly converted. And eventually I had to sort out one for one of the owners. You know, after it killed 3 engines, it damaged 3 engines because it was a messed up conversion. It wasn't the mechanical issue, but the ECU put was messing up, the electricals were messing up the engine. It damaged 3 engines, not 3 engines. This is not a joke. So I mean, you guys need to be very careful as you're buying this 508, 308, and I'm always emphasizing on 508 because I know that's what most people want. But of course, it's the same engine you find there. Those guys, similar ones you find like in 308, or there's some 207. Now, also advise, if you're buying a 508 and it has that, you see one with EP6, that VTI 120 engine, that's the one they call generally non-turbocharged engine, non-turbocharged Prince engine. The reason why I'm telling you this is it's not because of the engine, but because of the transmission. The gearbox that is put on all the ones I've come across, in fact, it's standard. So far, for what I know, it's standard in 508 with that VTI 120 engine to have that auto manual 6-speed gearbox. Stay away from that gearbox. You're not going to enjoy that car. You keep changing the gearbox over and over. I know even people in Europe, they're also having that issue. So it's not like it's a Nigerian thing, nobody can fix it. No, even those who are using it there, they get frustrated before they even chip them here. Stay away from that thing. So these are the reasons why people should be very careful when you are talking about buying Peugeot 508 and the rest. So I hope this makes sense. Be very careful. Don't go and jump in and buy and then start expecting wonders to happen. If you want to buy, keep at least minimum of about maybe 500 to 1 million naira, or you might even end up spending more than 1 million naira in trying to restore the car back to good condition. So that's my point. I'm not saying don't buy. I'm not saying not to buy. I'm telling you what the risk involved, what you're likely going to face when you make that purchase. So I was just driving off with my 505 V6 1986 production, and it just occurred to me, you know, I may need to warn people about this. I'm enjoying mine, as old as it is. I'm enjoying, you know. So you will understand. The way I put it is, you get a different level for you to appreciate classic vehicles. You know, if you are not up to that level, I don't think you understand. But I expect everybody not to start going backwards. I have modern ones, and I also have this. But I expect majority to be going for newer ones. That's why I'm recommending this 508, 308, 207, and the rest. However, be very careful when it comes to purchase. Oh, I think I started feeling it here. Let me put on the AC. Okay, so be very careful, so I won't end up, you know, buying a mess or a nightmare, and then you start complaining. Now, these cars, they have higher maintenance costs, is expected. It's not everybody that purchases it to spend all the. One thing I know about this Peugeot THP with or EPC engine is, once you get them right, you might buy it and it may take you a while, you know, but once you get them right, you fix everything, you enjoy them. Of course, eventually parts will be wearing out, but they're actually that good. But then be very careful when it comes to acceleration. If you don't want the car to burn so much fuel, don't push them that hard. Don't depress your throttle that hard. These are turbocharged engines, especially the turbocharged ones, the THP ones, not the VTI ones, the non-turbocharged ones. The turbocharged ones, they have huge torque at lower RPM. So all you need to do, just press it a little. You can actually, you know, the car will be very, very quick, but not necessarily fast like that. But you know, you don't need to push it that hard, and then you enjoy the fuel economy the car offers, or any car with that engine will offer. But you start to rest the car, the fuel consumption will shoot up almost as high as the normal natural aspirated engines. Even probably might even consume more than the V6, depending on how you see, you know, because of course the V6 has more power, you know. So if you want it to get up and perform like V6, the consumption will go up beyond the V6, you know, because the V6 has more torque and the rest. Especially V6 one will get, the power is usually experienced at higher RPM. Turbocharger, the power is experienced at lower RPM. So those are the differences. So if you want to start pushing hard, pressing the throttle hard to give it that V6 power, or probably you want it to perform more than this V6, then expect that you are going to burn more fuel, most likely like the V6. Of course, not all THP engines have the same power. Some, you have THP 140, THP 150. All these 150, 140 are the power, the HP, you know. THP 163, and then when you start going up, you now get to, you see, 200, 175, 220, 250, 270, you know, HPs. Their torques, like the from 163 downward, are mostly the same. I think it's about 245 Newton torque. That's the maximum. I can't remember the exact figure. So they all have basically the same torque. It's only from like 175 or 200 HP version of the THP engines that now have over 240 or thereabout Newton torque. You know, so those ones are more powerful. But the same size, they're all 1.6. So yeah, those engines are very good and you enjoy them. But then, like I said, be careful when you are buying, because if you buy the wrong one, the one that's been messed up in Nigeria, a lot of them you see on the road are a mess, you know. But I also know people are enjoying them. Also, sometimes it's not like intentionally. Some will get them good and the issues will start coming here and there. Like I say, it's all about patience. If you can, especially if you're emotionally attached to that vehicle, you can be able to fix them and those issues and enjoy. If you can get the revised one from 2014 upwards, those ones, the parts are available. Likewise, the older ones, but they have a lot of improved components on them, especially the foreign imported ones. The ones assembled in Nigeria, basically all those 2014 to 2016, they still have almost the same engine, same component, the same parts in the older 2010 model. So basically there's no difference. So if you want to enjoy, that's my advice, if you want to enjoy the improved THP engines, VTI engine, I would suggest you get the following used ones from 2014 upward. Those ones, they are revised. The high pressure fuel pump different, turbochargers, depending on the model, also different. So I hope this makes sense. So I need to start get going. So see you guys in another video.